Hello friends, welcome to LeggLife. It is beautiful and sunny outside right now, but you guys, something is on the mountains today. That signifies the change of season. We've got snow on the mountains.
Yeah.
And snow on the mountains means that summer in Alaska is officially coming to an end, or at least summer here in our part of Alaska.
Yeah.
And so it's been a while since we've done one of these sit-down videos here in our studio. And so we thought with the end of summer, we would sit down and kind of look back, do a little summer 2024 Alaska recap.
So, snow on the mountain does signify the end of the summer season, but at work, also a bunch of our Princess Lodges have now closed for the season as well. Things are kind of wrapping up. We're doing the end of the season, end of the year kind of stuff.
You know what's crazy is that years ago, when I was in the hotel industry, the summer tourist season in Alaska was basically May 15th to September 15th.
Yeah.
But now, it's like, there are cruises coming up here in April, cruises coming up here all the way into October.
Yeah.
So the season has extended. However, still May 15th to September 15th is like the peak of the season.
Yeah.
We don't have any more summer adventures or activities planned.
No.
And so we just thought this was the perfect time to just kind of sit down and reflect before the snow falls and we're all depressed. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I actually really love winter in Alaska, but it is a more difficult season for many to get through.
By many, he means me.
50% of the people sitting at this table
Are not fans of the winter.
So let's talk about a season we are fans of, summer.
Yeah.
Now, going into the summer, we didn't necessarily have a specific list of things we wanted to do.
No, but we had an idea of some stuff that we did want to do, and we did some of them.
We did some of them, didn't do some, and then we did other things that weren't even on our list.
Yeah.
So we're going to kind of talk about the things that we did this summer. First of all, let's talk about one of our goals is to visit all of the Princess Lodges as often as we can.
Yes.
This year, we stayed at 2 of them.
2 of them. We stayed 3 different weekends, but we stayed at one of them twice.
So where did we stay?
We stayed at the Mount McKinley Princess Wilderness Lodge.
Twice?
Twice. And then we stayed at the Denali Princess Lodge.
And the Denali Princess was our first time staying there.
Yeah, we've been on like the campus, but we hadn't actually stayed at the hotel before.
So we got to stay there, which was really nice. Absolutely loved that stay. In fact, I've got to say, one of the 2024 summer highlights for me is that all 3 of our kind of Denali trips, we had the most beautiful weather for and got to experience the mountain in amazing ways.
Yeah.
Like some of the very best Denali views we've ever had.
Yes.
So,
hands down.
So it was really great. Beautiful to see the mountain. You will remember on our trip where we stayed at the Denali Princess, we actually got to go into the park, do a little bit of hiking.
Yep. That was beautiful.
It was beautiful. It was really nice. Here's how the Alaska summer went. And when I say Alaska, I'm talking mostly about like our part of the state because Alaska's so huge that what the weather's like in Anchorage isn't the same elsewhere.
Right.
Here in Anchorage, May and June were really beautiful.
Beautiful.
Like, we were like, oh my God, this is gorgeous.
Best summer.
And then June, July, August, or July, August, September, just rainy.
Like it just started raining the beginning of July and it never really stopped. We had little snippets of sun and we were like, what is this thing in the sky?
So it ended up being one of the wettest summers on record here in Anchorage.
Yep.
But here's what's confusing to me is that to me, when I look back on the summer of 2024, I don't think I will remember that because we had such beautiful weather and such great like summer experiences the first part of the summer.
We kind of, fit is a bunch of, honestly, like, in Alaska, you never really know. You could have like one day of sun and then it's just raining the whole rest of the summer. We have had those summers. So like when it's sunny, you're just like, do all the things. Like we don't know how long it's gonna last. Let's just do what we can. And so we did. And then it stopped.
So all of our like kind of Denali trips, just happened to fall on beautiful weekends with beautiful weather. So even though we did have one of the wettest summers, to me, I loved this summer. I know that sounds crazy, but like I loved it. So we also did something in May that was not really on our list. At least in January when we started the year. We got to do for the 3rd summer in a row an Alaska cruise.
Yeah, but we did it on a new cruise line.
Seabourn.
Yeah.
You guys will remember our first ultra luxury cruise line. We talk about it all of the time. It was so amazing.
It was so good.
We definitely want to cruise Seabourn again.
Yes.
Would do that exact cruise here in Alaska 1,000 times and never get sick of it.
Yeah.
And so that was really nice to not only go on another Alaska cruise, but to get to try a new cruise line and a new type of cruising.
And a new type of cruising. Yep.
Gosh, it was so nice.
Yeah.
I will give a little spoiler. We are already planning next summer our 4th Alaska cruise.
Correct.
So 4 summers in a row, that's our goal. So plans are in the works. No, it's not a viewer cruise. I know some of you were going to ask.
I know.
So that was amazing.
Yeah.
Another new thing we did was also a cruise, but a much shorter cruise.
I don't know. Oh yeah. I was like, what? I have to look at the list.
I saw your eyes.
What are you talking about?
Like, I don't know what he's talking about. You guys will remember just a few weeks ago, our friends Janice and Amy visited, and we went and did the Portage Glacier Day Cruise.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
It was amazing. I am shocked that we have not done that before. I love that we can do it anytime we want because it's a work perk, and so we will for sure be doing it again because it was so fun.
And I think I said this on that vlog. If you're visiting Anchorage, it is just over an hour, probably 90 minutes from Anchorage, maybe not even 90 minutes. Closest glacier cruise to Anchorage, and highly recommend
You get
it.
right up next to the glacier, closer than a lot of like the glacier cruises do.
That we've done for sure. So highly recommend that. Love that we got to cross that off.
Yes.
So like definitely new things to us. Another new thing we got to do, and this speaks to just kind of how much better you're starting to feel with health stuff. We got to go on. To call it a hike isn't fair. It's so short.
Yeah.
But the payoff is so amazing.
Yeah.
Virgin Creek Falls.
Virgin Creek. Yep.
So it's this little trail in the town of Girdwood, Alaska, 45 minutes south of us, that just kind of takes you back over a bunch of tree roots, up a little hill, down to this hidden waterfall that is just back in there.
I will say, I think 3 years ago I wouldn't have been able to do it.
I agree. So what'd you think? You've wanted to do it for a while because I've done it.
Yeah.
Glad?
I am glad that we did it. It was very easy to get to. It's in Girdwood. It's 45 minutes away. It was a beautiful little hike and then beautiful payoff. I mean, the falls you can hear them when you get out of the car. So then you just like walk back up there and it's just, it's beautiful.
In fact, if you're planning, this is not on our list, if you're planning to come to Alaska in 2025, maybe you're spending a day in Anchorage and you're wondering what a good day would be, I'm going to give it to you. You ready for this? This is a free one-day itinerary. Rent a car. Drive south down the Turnagain Arm. It's one of the most beautiful drives in America.
Correct.
Go to the Alaska Wildlife Conservation Center. Amazing animals, amazing mission. Go support them. And then you're going to go do the Portage Glacier Cruise. As you're heading back, you're going to stop in the town of Girdwood, which you would pass anyway.
Yeah.
You're going to hike back to Virgin Creek Falls.
Yeah.
And then you're going to stop for a beer at Girdwood Brewing Company.
Yeah.
You're going to sit outside in the sunshine because it'll be beautiful when you visit. Fingers crossed. That's funny. You're going to enjoy a beer, and then you're going to maybe go to dinner at Double Muskie. One of the best restaurants in Alaska in Girdwood.
If you can't get in, you can go to Coast Pizza.
You're going to grab a slice of pizza at Coast Pizza.
Because it's amazing.
And then you're going to head back to Anchorage.
Yeah.
In that short thing, you're going to get to see some of the wildlife that Alaska is most known for at the Conservation Center.
Yep.
You're going to get to see a glacier. You're going to get to go on a hike. You're going to get to have some of our amazing Alaska craft brews.
See a beautiful waterfall.
Waterfall, delicious food.
Yeah.
Literally in a day, under a day. You'd be back in town by the evening.
Yeah.
That was free. No cost for that.
Whoa.
But what a good day that would be.
Yeah, I agree. We should do that.
I think we should do that. Okay, I'm looking at my list. Another new thing we got to do this year. This was on one of our Mount McKinley Princess Lodge trips. We did the Fireweed Festival in Trapper Creek.
We did, and you got to sell some beard oil.
I got to sell some beard oil. You guys will remember it was the weekend after Missy passed away.
Like 4 days after.
We already had it booked, or else we probably would have canceled. But it was good for us to get out.
Yeah.
Sun was shining. You guys will remember from the vlogs, Sherri got to hold kittens.
Yeah.
It was a very, very good weekend to get away. I'm so glad we got to not just go to a festival, but actually participate in one.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a beautiful day. Yeah.
It really was fun. Now, there were some things that we didn't do.
Things that we had planned on doing, and then life happened and it didn't.
So the first one on the list, this has been on our Alaska bucket list for years.
Yeah.
We just have not prioritized the money to make it happen or the time.
Yeah.
Katmai.
Katmai to see the bears.
We've talked about this in previous videos. You are nervous about that because
terrified is actually the word.
You are terrified because of the proximity, how close the bears get, but you want to do it.
But I want to do it. I think that it would be amazing, and so I want to do it. Every single person that we've ever talked to that has is like, you have to, absolutely, it's amazing. So, like, I've never ever heard anybody be like, it's okay.
It's always like, it's one of the things, in fact, I had coffee with somebody just a few weeks ago, and she went and did it by herself, and she was like, hearing her talk about it, she's like, you have to do it.
You have to do it. So, I know. And we really had planned on this summer, and then, you know, mid-July, we kind of had a little bit of a...
Yeah, things change. We'll talk about that in a minute.
Curveball.
Another thing we didn't do as many princess lodges as we wanted to.
We did not. We had planned on trying to get to all of them this summer. We did not.
So we didn't go to the Kenai Lodge, didn't make it to the Copper River Princess, didn't make it back up to the chalets. We didn't go to either of the lodges in Fairbanks.
Yep.
And so,
Skagway.
Didn't go to Skagway.
Dawson.
And so that, I will say, Dawson, Skagway, that is definitely on our list to do.
Yeah.
Maybe next summer or summer after. And so we got to a couple of them, not as many as we'd like to. So hopefully next summer we'll go to more.
Yep, I hope so.
Another thing we didn't do the train.
We didn't do the train, and
dang it.
Also, like, one of those work things, and we had really truly planned on it and didn't. It's not running anymore. They're cleaning it out now.
The plan was to take the train to Talkeetna and then actually go stay at the McKinley Princess Lodge another time. But that will be next summer trip. Gosh darn it.
Yeah.
So we didn't get that to happen. And as Sherri kind of alluded to, some of our summer things didn't happen because of some curveballs this year.
Yes.
Biggest curveball really for us was Missy, obviously. We had some plans that they got changed because of that. We didn't feel comfortable leaving during a few week period when we kind of saw the end in sight.
Yeah.
And so we just stayed close to home with her. That was a curveball. There's no way to predict that.
Nope.
I will say,
happened pretty quick.
And we might have said this earlier, I am glad we got out the weekend after she passed. I think that was really good for us.
I think that was really healthy, and I think, like, I'm glad that we had that planned, because I don't think that we would have, like, planned it after.
No.
And, I mean, honestly, looking at the rest of the summer after that, we didn't really plan things after that. And so I think, and some of that, you know, we were talking about it last night, I think, I don't think that it was necessarily like a conscious, like, we're not planning anything because we're grieving, but I think that we were grieving, and I think that we just didn't want to put the effort into planning things.
Yep.
And so we didn't. And so a lot of these things just kind of stopped happening because our brains were just like, no thank you.
Yep. Second curveball, beginning of summer, I found out that one of our dearest friends was moving out to Alaska, and she's who stayed with us just recently. And so this was kind of our last summer with her, and there were also a number of things in Alaska, even though she's lived here for years, that she had never done.
Yeah.
And so we sort of had a friend powwow early in summer about, like, okay, what are the things on your Alaska list that you want to cross off?
Yep, so we did a bunch of those kinds of things.
We didn't vlog any of them because those were just like times with her, times with other friends. We went to Talkeetna. Again, Denali was out that weekend.
Yes, it was.
It was beautiful. Like, every time we went north, we got to see Denali.
I know.
We got to have spinach bread in Talkeetna. We got to walk around. That was a great trip.
That was a great trip.
We got to go to the town of Hope and introduce her to the Dirty Skillet, which is one of our very favorite restaurants in the whole state. She had never been to Hope before. And so some of our summer just went different because it was like we wanted to maximize time with her because she was leaving.
Yeah.
And she's like family to us.
Yes.
And so that was kind of our summer. And so now we find ourselves like mid-September, approaching late September. There's snow on the mountain, realizing that summer, for the most part, is over.
Yeah.
Looking back on the summer we had this year, the stuff we did, stuff we didn't get to do, how was your summer? What do you think?
I still think it was a good summer. It was hard. Saying goodbye sucks to a few different beings in our life. But I do think it was still a good summer. I think that it was, beautiful weather, like we said, for the first couple of months, just stunning. And so even though it kind of rained the last couple of months of the summer, it was, we still got to go out and do things, even in the rain.
Yeah, so. I think I feel the same way. COVID really changed us when it comes to local travel.
Yeah.
Pre-COVID, this would have been one of the busiest, like most Alaska travel summers we'd ever had.
Yeah.
And so we are doing better about getting out and exploring around us. And I'm really thankful that we've continued that.
Me too.
Thinking about next summer, what are some things, I didn't ask you this, and I'm very sorry, and I can go first if you want, because I know that you don't love when I do that. What are some,
brain is like, ha!
What is he going to ask? Thinking about next summer, what are some things that you would love to have on our summer bucket list?
Well, Katmai. I think that we should just start budgeting for that now.
And here's the thing.
Start planning for that, because it is going to be an expensive trip.
It is going to be an expensive trip, but like we can use Alaska Airlines miles to get to the town of King Salmon.
Yeah.
And then we just basically book a flight from King Salmon to Brooks Falls.
Yeah.
A small little airplane, which Sherri is... Are you more scared of bears or of the small little airplane to get us there?
Possibly the airplane.
What if we get in the airplane and it's piloted by a bear? Not a help. Does this bear even have its pilot's license? What is going? Can I see your credentials, sir?
I hate my life.
You don't hate your life. You love your life.
I love my life. I think the airplane probably scares me more than the bears, because there has never been a tourist attacked by these bears. Ever. Because those bears are single focused. They're like salmon. We're going to the salmon. And so like they walk right by you, but they're just like, we don't care about you. We want the salmon.
Yeah.
So like that's still going to be terrifying for me, but
you have a small plane phobia for sure.
I have a small plane phobia.
Yeah.
And so like to just not be able to really avoid that is...
I agree with you. Katmai, I think, needs to be on the high on the list.
Yes.
We
need to make it happen.
How many years in a row are we going to make a video being like, well, we didn't go to Katmai again? Oh,
dang it.
The worst.
I would also like to go to all of our lodges. I would like to, there's only one of our hotels that stays open year round. And so all of them are shut down now. So it's just, there's really a small window that we can even go. So I would like to actually experience all of our lodges.
Yep. And another Alaska cruise.
And another Alaska cruise. I would also like to do the train. We can take the train to our lodges.
I want to do that as well.
Yeah.
I would like to next summer go to, and I think we talked about this either last year or maybe earlier this year. I want to go to a new town we've never gone to, like a Cordova. Yeah. Or if we go to King Salmon, that would obviously be that.
Yeah.
But just like go to a town that we haven't been to, you know?
Yeah, I agree. That'd be fun.
I think so too. Just experience something that is still new to us.
Yeah.
So I'd love to do that. You know what else we didn't do this summer? This is not like adventure related. 0 picnics this summer.
0 picnics.
We used to be really good about going out, having picnics on nice days.
Yeah.
None this summer.
None. We didn't even go to our park. We went and cleaned our park, but we didn't go hang out at our park.
Lame.
I know.
So overall, this summer I think was a really good summer, especially because I just feel like we packed so much good stuff into those first couple beautiful months.
Yeah.
That when I look back on the summer of 2024, I don't think of, that was a terrible, rainy, wet summer.
Yeah.
I think back to making s'mores at the McKinley Princess Wilderness Lodge, like in the sunshine with Denali right there.
Yeah.
I think back to hiking in Denali National Park. There's just so many good memories that I have
Walking around Hope with our friends.
There's just so many good memories that I have of this summer that I kind of forget that weather-wise, it actually wasn't great here in Anchorage.
Right. Yeah.
So there you guys go. But here's what I want to know from you. A lot of you are probably right in the middle of planning 2025 Alaska vacations.
Yeah.
What Alaska travel questions do you have specifically for 2025? I'd love to know. I really do. I unfortunately don't get to all of your questions.
There's usually a lot.
But I do try to. I really do love helping you guys with that kind of stuff. Again, we are still forming our Alaska cruise next summer. It's something that is in the works, but I'm personally very excited about this opportunity.
Me too.
So cannot wait for that.
Yeah.
You guys, we love you. the snow is coming down the mountains.
Ugh.
So in Alaska, we call it termination dust. The first snow is called termination dust because it is the terminus of summer. The termination of summer. Terminus.
Termination.
Whatever, Sherri.
Of summer.
And so kind of the rule is that once the snow sticks on the mountains, we've got about 4 weeks till it reaches us down here. I'm looking at my calendar. It's September 19th. That would be mid-October. I don't think it'll happen.
I think it's going to be late October.
I think it's going to be late October as well. And now it'll
4
snow.
to 6 weeks.
Now it'll snow tomorrow.
Oh, goodness gracious.
We'll wake up to 10 feet.
And I will not leave my house until May.
All right, friends. We love you guys so much. Thanks for being a part of our community. Thank you for following along on all of this stuff that we just talked about all summer long. We brought you along for a lot of it. Didn't bring you along for all of it because life exists outside of the camera as well.
Yes, it does.
But thank you so much for all of your support through all of this stuff. Again, questions, 2025 Alaska travel planning questions in the comments below. I'll do my best to go through and answer as many of them as I can. We love you, friends. We'll see you on the next LeggLife video.